when we see those runs to the edge, we think about
defense. Give the sack to Barkevius Mingo. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's in. This one all the way back to the 30. Edelman, the intended receiver that time.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They run it with Carson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He's got the tight end, Vanette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset, but they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
They run the counter. It's Carson, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He'll run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
He'll find Metcalf. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good.
But very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did, but there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady, he's got White here. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Brady. And that is incomplete. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Let's go. Easy. Here we go. Sugar.
They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call. There to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
First down, Seattle. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Seahawks 10.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
Let's go. Deep, tighten up.
From the 16, Wilson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. Leaves it for Penny. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Nick Vanette there to make the grab. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play-action pass, you see the end result, usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
And this will be a touchback as Ed said. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a pass dropped off here for James White. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.